difficulties.
my
with-
recording on my
type delayed.
yeah technical difficulties.
So on the agenda, we've got 2 additions, and probably behind D, we'll add Tanya there, so that we can get these 2 attractive young ladies, so they don't have to sit and watch us all night and think, oh, we do happen to have some potential openings on the council too, so if you find this appealing.
Thanks, Joe.
And then down on M, behind nuisance property, the reoccurring TIF discussion under old business. So, motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion with the additions.
Okay,
I'll second it.
motion by John, second by Austin to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries. So with that, I guess we'll do Megan first. Cause this will
Public
be,
comment?
oh, well, they pretty much are.
I think we're the only
And we're
public
on-
at this point.
And we're on the, they're on the agenda.
Okay.
We'll forego C. I already marked it off. I'm gonna try to streamline this. So,
Batter up.
Alright, so last year I came and talked to you guys with the barbecue beer and friends thing, just thought we'd, kind of check in, see where we were thinking with that, maybe a discount on the canned spots or something, since you guys legally can't actually donate anything as a city. So just kind of refreshing that with you guys and seeing where you were standing on that one.
what did we do last year?
Nothing. This
Okay.
is the first time we're asking.
Oh, okay.
Yep, this is the first time we're asking. This is the first, so last year we formed a committee, so between me, Lynn, and Doug, we're all on a committee, so I get all the extra
Footwork.
footwork.
Gotcha.
Yep, so, we figured we always hold it there, and we always ask the local businesses for donations, and the city can't actually donate anything. So just seeing,
So they get all 9 spots,
In the front.
and then they do it for 2 nights. So the total would be 270.
How about 3 the first night, double the second night? Oh, okay, that's what I
your
figured
food's
you
double
said.
when we come.
So, any
I would say
suggestions?
$1 a night. That's my suggestion. Since we can't legally give them anything.
That way we know
We could-
who's been there and stayed, and if somebody asked it, we can say that they actually paid for a spot.
That'd cover our butts.
Seriously, like 18 total dollars.
$18.
For the 9 spots for the.
For 9 bucks to do that. That way we got it on paper, they were rented out,
We can't just
and
wait.
it's discounted that way.
Well, I know, like, we're just letting them use our camp spots.
But sometimes you have to have
Okay.
something to make it
sort of-
legal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna show better having a dollar amount than a zero. I mean, you can discount anything, but we, like I say, it's hard to give, cause the next person will come.
Well,
along.
since it is a
You know,
benefit to the community.
Yeah.
Brings people
it's
together.
community, that's not everything, like I say, using other stuff, so.
That's my motion.
So there's a
Okay.
motion.
I'll make it second.
Okay, motion by John, second by Joel to charge the barbecue beer and friends committee $1 per night per parking spot for a total of $18 for the weekend. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, Tanya.
Nope, I have one more.
Oh, one more, oh.
One more. I just had it, I put in everything, guys.
Okay.
So I'm part of PCW too. We're doing a puzzle contest this weekend, and we are raising money for the new slide for the pool. We were seeing, because we know like the city's done like for the school, the pool pass stuff and stuff like that. We were doing a silent auction and stuff like that. We were wondering if the city would want to, again, donate a family pool pass or a couple single pool passes towards the silent auction to bring more money in for the pool. Or how do you guys go about doing
They're
that?
gonna be free this year anyway.
Well, I'd say, how about an adult pass?
Or, yeah,
Adult
I mean,
pass.
whatever,
Yeah, I'd say an adult pass.
Cause there's been
Or two.
discussion with a group that last year, I believe, they paid for all children to come in free.
okay,
So that is in the works for being a repeat this year.
okay, yep, and I didn't know if they were gonna do that again this year or whatever, but we figured, you know, anybody and everybody around here goes to the pool, and if they don't, their kids or their grandkids or, you know.
Yep.
Something along the lines.
I mean, we have we've whatever donated passes before.
So what's
Yeah.
an adult?
$30.
For the whole year. That's 30 for an adult.
Now you guys know. Now you know how Donna feels.
I make the motion to go to adult.
Well, that was my next question, do we start talking one or more?
Two. John said two.
I'll second.
So we have a motion by Rick and second by Austin to donate 2 adult passes, annual passes, correct?
Season pass.
Yeah.
A season
passes
adult.
to the
Okay.
pool. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. So, anything else?
Nope, I'm done now.
Since I wasn't smart enough to ask anything. All right, Tanya, you're up.
Hi, I'm here representing both Flagel Flowers and the Conservation District. We'll start with the Conservation District. They still have the grant for the urban planting in boulevards or in your government properties. That means, like I said, boulevards, the park, anything that you guys own. And with pollinator plots or the garden plots, they have to be mapped out. You're gonna tell me what's gonna go in there, and they have to be approved by me and my forester. Same with the trees. People don't understand, I need a map where you're putting that tree, or I will say no to your grant. Okay, and same as when I work on a tree plan, I have to have the tree plan up to the state before I can approve funding. Okay, so if anyone asks, yeah, the criteria. Going by that, like giving me a map plan, staying with the trees on the list, and, getting signed up.
Is there a list
That easy.
somewhere?
Brenda has it in an email, she can forward it out to you guys, all three, I was gonna bring it tonight.
Different
A little
height,
hurry, my tractor broke
different
down.
size ones.
So those are that, if anyone's interested, I know there's a lot of boulevards that are out there. It's a 50/50 grant, so you don't have to buy your trees from me, you can go out to a nursery as long as it's approved by the city's ordinances and our list. Maples are really, really touchy, we're not approving all maples because we have too many maples out there, and that could be the next thing that gets a disease and we wipe them all out. I know everybody loves maples, I gave a lot of trees in there that had a lot of color, okay? We have a lot of variety in there. The other thing is, for the conservation district, we, I was planting a tree in the park for the seniors when they work for me. I have 3 seniors graduating this year, and I would like approval to plant another tree, either along the highway where the other ones are. We had to skip a year, I didn't have a senior last year.
I was wondering.
Yes, sorry. When I have students graduating that year, that worked for me. And it's kind of encouragement, you know, with the scholarship, when they apply for a scholarship, they're pretty much in the scholarship run too with us. So I'm looking for approval to plant a tree, along the highway or somewhere else in the park. park and we put the little signs up and stuff, and yes, I do know there's one dead down there, that's my daughter's. I will switch it, that shows how well she was at planting trees. For 3 years, no. And then also along that, we have people asking about memorial trees, I work at Flagel Flowers too, and the conservation district, and we sell the 6-foot trees. We have one memorial tree that a person would like to put into the park. I know they talked to someone on the board.
That me.
You?
Oh.
And, you know, you didn't see it a problem. I said I'd come to the board and make sure it was okay with you. I can always map it out, or you guys can tell us where you want this tree. It's gonna be a red oak. A very nice big tree. It gives lots of shade. They said you guys need a little more trees over by the parking, the camper area. And those are long-lasting trees. You're not gonna see 30 years and have to cut it down. Your children are just gonna be fine with that tree, okay? The other thing is, I'm looking, we are gonna do a craft and vendor show the same day as the rummage sale in town, and that'd be in our parking lot. Me and Scott gave me approval to go all the way to his parking lot. As long as I keep my our driveway open, people can get in. It won't be through the alley, that will always be open because I know that road's really bad over there. So I am just looking if I need a permit. I know that's a state highway. I can call Mike too and make sure he's okay as long as we're staying so far away from the highway and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to draw more people in for the rummage sale and our businesses and stuff like that, and give some spotlight like Preston too. So I probably just need approval on the memorial trees, I guess, and what you guys would want from me and that person that would want to plant a tree. A map out, you tell us where to put it. A list of trees you guys would like to see. I would suggest that's the stuff that you guys kind of.
I'd say you know the best. What kind of tree, you know?
So I'll make a motion for the scholarship tree for sure. Whoever.
For all the trees that you proposed, I think
Well, we can
we
do
find
one at a
up to
time.
Brian's
Oh, yeah.
discretion as to where they go.
Well, I'd
Yeah.
say even the senior tree, I would keep that just a rolling motion, like something that you can just continue,
You know,
Okay.
so you don't have to do it.
And yeah, if you wanna do it on that same spot, that works.
Yeah, and until we have no more room, and then we can.
See, now, I'm worried we're gonna run out of room there.
I think the last time I dumped gravel down there,
It's getting close.
getting close.
But I'm
We
thinking,
might have 2 or 3 years.
I'm thinking the old baseball field, that area, not down low, but up on the side hills, kind of up towards Amber's. Kind of in that area. I think that would be a good starting spot, cause wide open.
The
Turn
memorial.
it on.
Or if there's any open lots that the city owns and wants to clean up and make pretty, that could be another idea of bordering, something like that, if you're planning to build a shed or something in there at one time.
Like, that memorial tree, I'd say,
You know the best spot in the campground area.
I'd say if it's a big oak, I mean, south of the old new campground or something in that area, that would be a big shade tree.
So you just hook up with Brian and pick the spot.
Okay. Good to know. And for further, if I get more, because, you know, on the on the funeral website, they do have, you know, you can
Plant a tree.
donate, buy a tree.
Yeah.
And I always wonder where those trees go to, where they're getting planted, are they getting planted?
Right.
And I always offer people, you know, we got trees at the conservation district, we can do it, and you can figure out, and they'll work with the cities where it can get planted for a memorial tree.
Oh, I mean, we're all to take on the tree.
Yeah.
For that,
Yeah.
the park area, you know, they're giving for free trees there, so.
Mhm.
Just hook up with Brian, he would know best where
Yeah.
stuff is located on the ground, we wouldn't know.
And I would say in future, in my opinion, that anytime somebody wants to donate a tree, I don't think it has to be approved
Just talk with Brian.
by.
It seems kind of silly, just check with the city boys
Yeah.
and.
As long as it meets the
Yeah,
you
know.
needs of the park and stuff like that, that.
I'll second the memorial tree.
Okay. So motion by Jeremy, second by Austin, to go ahead and plant any memorial trees now or in the future by coordinating it through the city engineer, let's say.
Thank you. Last thing, Emerald Ash Borer. It is in Brookings, it is in Watertown, it's up in Fargo now, it's all around us pretty much. John Ball with his meeting down here, he came down last year, Brenda was there, he expects to see it within this year or 2 years. So, you guys did a great job cleaning up your trees, let's encourage the trees in the yard now. Or if we find any more trees in the park, that'd be my biggest concern
We
is
got a few more.
getting those out. I know like the Smith didn't have a choice, that wind, storm took most of their ash trees out, but I took pictures of the ones that were down, they were dead. They were literally dead, and I gave examples of what we should be taking down first. I know a lot of people don't, the lower incomes and stuff like that, it might be a little hard. I don't know if we can find out any ideas to help people out like that, like the older people that are set incomes too, that can afford it and they have 8 trees in their yard. So, that's still a little thorn in my thumb that I can't get any funding to take any trees out, but I'm still happy to get funding to put trees back in and help out. So, but just to let you know, we may be on call, and I will announce it in the newspaper as soon as John, and it can be only, you might hear from arborists, oh yeah, you guys got emerald ash borer. No, John Ball has to make the call, he has to do the testing, if you find something weird, he has to be called in, pulled into the whole thing, or it's not official. And then quarantine sites, I talked to Smith about this last year. Once we find emerald ash borer, we are a quarantine county, we cannot take wood outside of Kingsbury County. Where are you gonna stage it, how much room? There's gonna be a lot of wood, not just from us, from farmers, from shelter belts, from wherever trees are falling down. So, be prepared, out at the rubble site, it could fill up fast as soon as this hits us with our surrounding neighbors. I did talk to the county commissioners. Hopefully they're coming up with ideas to help the towns if they get overwhelmed with too many trees. Too. So we're still coming up with ideas on that side. Okay? Any questions, comments, or otherwise?
We need a
Thanks for
motion
coming.
for her.
We need to vote on that.
We've got a motion on the floor
Vote
for
on it.
all in favor of doing the memorial trees.
Yeah, aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Do we need something for her vendor fair thing?
No,
I don't know why we would.
I don't need
We
one.
wouldn't.
Do whatever we need to do.
Yeah, I didn't know if I
It's
needed a
not-
permit, but it was state highway, and I can talk to Mike and see if
Yeah,
he wants
no.
me to do anything and make sure people are gonna be safe and putting
Yeah, I mean,
signs out there and
common
stuff.
sense applies, I
You-
think.
you-
It should, but a lot of people won't have it anymore.
You got 8 feet
I've
from the back
noticed
of the
that.
curb, Tanya.
Huh?
8 feet from the back of the curb is a highway right of way.
Okay, sweet,
So anything,
Anything after that is,
it's all you.
perfect, I got plenty of room. So we should have quite a few vendors there.
Sweet.
Hope to see y'all,
alright.
right?
Alright, yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
Thank Okay. Banner. Make it quick.
Well, can't be any quicker, they're putting the shit in the ground, I'll tell you that.
Happening.
Alright. I will start with phase 2A. Not a whole lot to report on that. 2A, obviously there's some additional funds. We had a meeting probably about a month ago with DANR on how to utilize those additional funds. It was about the same time we had the meeting with them regarding the water tower. There is quite a bit for funds left. If I remember correctly, there's about $250,000 worth of drinking water funds left and about $100,000 of clean water funds left. So we asked them, we had asked probably back in 2024 to add Walters Avenue north of 4th Street, be up there by Tim Casper's. It's It's really the only block up there that's not PVC water main or sanitary sewer. Banner gave the approval to add that work into the phase 2A contract. We're putting together the RFP, or it is put together, going through our review process, and then that will be sent out 2 rounds to do that work up there. So once we receive that RFP back, we'll review it, prepare a change order, get it over to the city. So that's really all I have for phase 2A.
Sweet.
Moving into, I think phase 2B was next. So on phase 2B, we do have change order number 1. Now this is just the change order. I would expect a pay request on the next meeting, I believe is next Monday. I think there's a special meeting, correct, Brenda? So I would expect a pay request on that on Monday next week, which will include this change order. Change order 1, and I just have the cover letter here. So change order 1 includes the northwest corner of town. So that'd be Preston, Bowman, 5th, and 6th. It also includes 2nd Street from Fremont Avenue to Lake Avenue. That was the block where the storm sewer ran down the South Boulevard. The roadway just didn't hold up to the construction traffic. It includes the resurfacing of that block, asphalt, curb and gutter. And then change order 1 also includes 2nd Street southeast from Spring Avenue to Fremont Avenue. Now that would be the 1 block that the city has elected to do as their 1 block reconstruct. That will be ineligible as far as the project expenses go. A little bit of background information. All of this was sent to DANR back in, I believe it was June of 2025. We had put together a letter requesting that the work in the northwest corner be added, requested that 2nd Street between Fremont and Lake be added. Those are both project eligible underneath the phase 2B project. We did ask about adding in via change order the city's 1 block reconstruct. And again, we were provided the okay from Danner to add this one. So with that, change order 1 is an increase on the current contract of $977,341.95. And I can give just a quick breakout. So on the drinking water side, it'll be an increase of $389,305.26. On the clean water side, it's an increase of $461,593.37. The change order was split out to try to keep about the same amount of dollars left in drinking water and clean water. That way, depending if there's still that, enough funds left, the city could still go back to Danner and maybe request to do another block as part of the contract. And then the ineligible portion, so this would be the city's local funds, would be $123,443.32. So pretty comparable even from last year's project of 2nd Street between Spring and Park and Highway 13. Pretty good prices still for this year to do that 1 block. So Banner obviously has reviewed the change order RFP that was prepared, sent to Crunny for pricing, and would recommend approval of the change order. I guess any questions on the change order? It's a large change order. Are there any questions on the change order as a whole?
Nope, so we're ready to speak now.
Well, and we did this kind of like a public meeting. I mean, if we break it out, there's about 8 blocks. There is 8 two south of the highway are obviously just surfacing, but north of the highway up in that northwest corner, water, sewer, street reconstruct, it breaks out to about 121,000 per block is what it would break out to. Yeah,
So, is there a motion for the change order?
Motion.
Motion by Jeremy,
I'll second.
second by Joel, all in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries.
One for a dime, in for a dollar.
Just so we're aware, that's the part that I wanted on video.
Did you get it?
No.
is your video up?
Huh?
Is your video up?
No.
Oh.
I even updated my updates because I never do it. And it still didn't work.
I just try to type up a very detailed.
Well, I have it recording on this, so maybe I'll just attach the recording. Okay, sorry, continue.
I'll just jump forward a minute. I know Second Street Southeast is on there, that was part of the change order. So, moving on to the TAP grant. So as far as the TAP grant goes, I don't remember who was all part of the committee. We did our engineer's estimate on the TAP grant, sent that over to DOT, it goes to their bid letting office. Coming back from their bid letting office, they also prepared an engineer's estimate. Their engineer's estimate was higher than what the city has for a funding package as far as the construction costs go. Basically what that means and what the DOT's email said was anything above from their engineer's estimate to what the city had for funding, the city would be 100% responsible for it. I'm gonna use round numbers, but that total was about $75,000. And there was two options that the DOT provided the city. One, agree to cover that amount of $75,000, 100%, and that cost would be solely on the city. The other option was reduce the scope of the project to get those construction costs back down. And we had discussed, I think, was it last Tuesday that I was here?
I think so.
We all sat down, and tried to go through some options to reduce the scope and try to figure out what blocks we should cut out, what wouldn't you cut out. Would it look silly cutting some of these blocks out and not doing it from Main Avenue to the ball field? Ultimately, I think it went to the vote of a committee.
Yeah, I believe it was Austin, Joel, and John.
Okay. And so we put together a letter and sent back to the DOT that the city would cover the additional $75,000, or that 100% of that $75,000. Now, I went through it last Tuesday when I was here with Brian, Doug, and Brenda, playing around. Our engineer's estimate compared to the DOT was $9,000 difference. Ours was $9,000 lower than what the DOT had. And we kind of played with our cost estimate a little bit, and really, I think our cost estimate, we had sidewalk going in for $16 a square foot. Obviously, that's not for $16 a square foot. That's pretty high. Now there's some other bid items that were pretty high. In the market today, it's very competitive market right now. There's a lot of contractors needing some work. Maybe I'm a little optimistic. I don't envision the city having to cover $75,000 at all. I mean, I think it's gonna come in at or below what the city has for funding for the project. Just by the market that's out there, I mean, we're seeing rural water pipeline projects come in $1 million under what we're estimating, and Not sure how the contractors are doing, but they're obviously bidding.
Well, let's not argue with them.
So, right now, part of that email was if the city provided the response prior to April 8th, it would get on the DOT's bid letting for March 20th. May 20th. I looked today and it's on for June 3rd. So I'm gonna call the DOT tomorrow, or the bid letting office tomorrow. We got you a response. Is there any way to move this out to June 3rd to let it date May 20th? Knowing that everything else is already in place, is there any way to move that up sooner? So I am going to reach out to them tomorrow and figure out if there's any way that we can move it up. They do have one for May 13th as well, so I'm really gonna try to see how far we can push it now that everything is agreed upon.
Since the first one did, you get a better deal on it.
And
I would think so.
I extended the deadline by a year,
Yep, so what,
so that'll be more appealing.
yeah, the completion dates are, really the only thing that has to be done this year, and I think it was an August 15th date, if I remember
Yep.
right, is between Fremont and Spring on the north side and the south side.
By the school.
Just right in front of the school, that would essentially mean that sidewalk would be in, the rapid flashing beacons would be in before school starts. That way it can be utilized.
That gives somebody a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, and then the remaining portion of the entirety of the project outside of that is July. So I've already talked to 5 different concrete contractors. They have all told me they still would like to get it done in 26, but that would allow them the flexibility to come in, get it done, maybe go get some other work done, like a municipal project, and come back in September and October and be able to finish the year with that. So there's a lot of interest in it yet, just from the contractors I've talked to, so.
Sweet.
Good. But I will obviously keep Brian, Doug, and Brenda up to date on it, and with the meeting next week, hopefully I can provide a little more of an update on what the DOT said about moving that forward. So, I guess any questions on the TAP grant? The last one, still trying to work through with Aztec on a schedule for the chip seal project. Hoping here, once we get a little more consistent weather on the temperature wise, my hope would be that we can get, Skinner or somebody like that in here.
Skinner wants to come on Thursday.
Thursday this week. Okay. Get them in here, get the cracks filling done, that way, knowing how these chip seal guys work, especially being from out of state, we may only get a couple days notice for them coming in, so.
Yeah, you can have it.
Thursday's great.
Yeah.
He called me this morning.
So, get Skinner in here, go through with him, get all the crack sealing done. Honestly, depending what he gave the city for a price, I would even crack seal some of these streets that aren't part of the chip seal project. It's just kind of some stuff the more we can keep the water from getting in the asphalt, below the asphalt.
I drive on Lake Avenue every day, and there's cracks already.
Yeah, I mean, the
Is
the
that
one
gonna
way
be
to
on the contractor?
crack seal some of that. 2A is the hard one, right? We've added so much work to phase 2A for paving that was completed back in 2024. That's something that Brian, Doug, and I will have to figure out where does the punch list start? I mean, we've already gave them a punch list, but where does it end? I mean, we're talking about now adding more work onto 2A. Stuff that was completed in 23 or 24. Really, they're guaranteed it's a 1-year warranty, but that's something the city will have to decide, is how long is Rounds accountable for some of this. Now, like the rework that they came and did on Lake Avenue on the 2nd Street intersection, that was done last year.
Mhm.
So really, after that was completed, it has to be warranted until this year of that time, basically 1 year from when it was completed. So, one way around that is going to a different asphalt mix, a higher quality asphalt mix, but honestly, even what we're seeing is just some of this thermal shrinkage cracking in the asphalt with how we've been having these winters lately where it warms up and then you have 2 weeks where it doesn't get above 0 and then it warms back up to 40. You know, it's hard to, even the DOT is seeing some shrinkage. Could've did all concrete, I know it's concrete. But, no, I mean, we'll have to go through and see what is or
See
what
what, if
isn't.
it's just actual thermal cracking or it's,
Yeah, and, you know, if we're not seeing that vertical differentiation between, you know, a lot of times it is just a straight thermal crack. You know, some of the longitudinal cracking, I mean, we haven't seen it go vertically yet, it's just cracking longitudinally. Could it be from the soil cement cracking and reflecting through the base course up into the asphalt, potentially? But it'll be good to get them here and get some of these sealed and get the chip seal done, so. Chip sealing, it's been a while, but it's Olive Park, the one block on 3rd Street, 4th Street to Lake, and then all of Fremont. Correct? I'm trying to remember, that's, cause originally it was the one block with the alternate on Fremont from 2nd to 4th.
Right, and then the prices came in and.
Prices came in and the city is able to do all of Fremont now, so part of Fremont, 3rd, all of 4th would be.
First asphalt that went down.
sweet.
So. But yeah, we're trying to get a schedule from Aztec, cause, Lake Preston is one of, I think, 6 communities that we have. So, really trying to nail down when they're coming into this area, when they plan to perform the work. So. Any other questions? On anything? I know there's a lot.
Somebody asked me, when are they gonna come in and reseed on Fremont?
Yeah, so Landon went and walked through it tonight after the public meeting, cause we talked with Dailies, and then Renee.
Yep, Backman, yep.
So they were both at the public meeting tonight. We'll walk through it, kinda see when or if some of the seed takes. If it doesn't take, then, you know, Prunty Rounds, their seeding contractor will have to come back in. They have to work some of that material, clean up some of that material, as some of it does have some rocks, roots, some clay tile from the sewer. So if we gotta come in and get some of that taken care of, we'll have to do that and then catch the cedars this time around. So, I'm not too fond on how split rock prepares the topsoil. They basically bring in a mini cultivator instead of tilling. Really, it's a little bit of means and methods on that end, but they're still required to establish 70% of the vegetation. So, and have no more than a 1-inch diameter rock. It's gotta be 1 inch and smaller with no tree roots. So, if there is some of that in there, we'll have to get in and get it addressed.
Are we still waiting on Valley Fiber on Park South?
Yep, Landon and I actually talked about that after the meeting, so we're gonna try to shoot for sometime this week to get, I'd like to get Lane out and meet with him specifically.
I don't know if we need to get a hold of Mike and just have him get his move so he's done, you know?
Yeah. Yep, we talked about that either Landon or I plan to try to get a hold of both of them tomorrow.
It would be I think it'd be worth having those cedars come back now to finish Park Avenue, Jan Mobley's, my yard,
Your yard.
and then, I don't know if something on their drill or something was hung up and they left ruts, this deep, all over, you can see it, it doesn't look good, and
I'm guessing something got hung up in that.
And they didn't
little
stop.
elevator.
they just kept going,
Yeah.
so, I think it's worth a conversation with Jay to have him at least start expressing, getting up here and doing it, cause this is prime time.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
that
grass, the water tower's coming in great.
we have the progress meeting Wednesday, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, I know you're gone, but we'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Other roads projects still on? No snags or nothing?
I would guess in 2.5 weeks, 2.5 to 3 weeks, Connie will be out of here.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I'd be surprised if it was that long.
Their biggest hang up's gonna be, they're gonna run into back tees waiting on water. Come back, but up there, they'll be done with all the sanitary sewer by Wednesday. Main line, then they'll have to do the services.
Of which there's not,
There's not very many.
there's only 3, 4, 5.
Four on Bowman.
Don's tiny homes, Don's future home,
Oh, yeah.
Julio,
I forgot we're
Jolie.
doing a future for it.
Yeah.
On that, I do that.
That's it.
Yeah, 5.
All the other services already done.
Yeah, all of Preston's done with sanitary sewer.
Nice.
So they'll finish up the water tomorrow, I would assume by lunch on Preston, and then they'll start going down Sixth. And then they just have the 2 blocks on Bowman. So they'll finish the water tomorrow on Lake Avenue South.
I sure think so. I
So
don't know why they wouldn't. They're flying down there.
Evidently, they're just cruising.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And the manhole, one of the manholes already set, and they went, what, 60 feet south?
on Lake,
So that's all they gotta do, and they're done with the water, turn around and hook
Got
up and
their
go.
shit together, right? Stuff is ready, they don't have to wait for materials, nothing, it's already.
yeah, all 3 crews, I mean, everybody that Prunty has is over here, so.
Yeah, they had a bunch of excavators up on that.
Right, yeah, I got 7 excavators in town.
I know the wild said it was 8
Is there 8?
excavators.
Yeah, I mean, I know they got,
They had 4 or 5 payloaders and I don't know how many,
yeah, there's 2 down,
Dozers and-
2 down here, I wanna say there's 5
there was
excavators.
5 there and there's 5 up here.
I know Ray has a list of the equipment from last year.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, they're making good progress, like I said, we have a meeting on Wednesday, Jesse Rounds will be there, so that'll be good to figure out their game plan. I think they're gonna be, once they're out of up there, I mean, Rounds can get in right away, start getting things, shaped up, cut down, scarify, recompact, and
Nice.
so.
So then roads, they do the, concrete,
No,
No.
so up on the north side of town, they'll come in, they'll scarify, basically disc up that top 10 inches, 10, 12 inches, dry the material down, we'll proof roll it, once everything looks good, they'll lay out fabric and then 12 inches of gravel, so
Okay.
back in. So,
gotta go past them.
yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing that would hold anything up on that north side of town is any moisture this one. Cause then right now is not the greatest for drying out dirt.
Right.
So that'd be the biggest hang up. If we can keep some dry weather, and Runny does a good job of keeping the roads cleaned up at the end of the day, end of the week, to shed any water.
Yeah, so they don't leave mounds or big holes or nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some up there right now, I think they're waiting for tomorrow, they're gonna haul out a bunch of the spoils, so, waiting on some trucks, but no, I would guess 3 weeks, probably all the utilities will be in. So, the only other thing I had is on May 19th, Lake Preston has a meeting with EPA, so, we'll have that, they're basically, the phase 2B is, what's that?
You have one more thing after that.
What's the,
So they're coming in just part of all of Lake Preston's projects dating back to phase 1, 2A, water tower, 2B, all have American iron and steel requirements. Basically EPA is coming in, phase 2B was selected by DANR actually as a good candidate for EPA to come in and evaluate the AIS requirements. It's not a check for compliance, but they are asking for, all the documentation from the day of bid to our on-site documentation that we verified all the stored materials and everything meet AIS. So, and then all the AIS certifications from Prunty that they get from the manufacturer.
You'll be present, won't you?
Yep.
And then will Ritter be here as well?
Contractor isn't needed, if they're in town, we'll obviously ask them.
Says it does.
Does it?
Construction contractor, staff present.
Okay, yeah, I mean, in the email, she just made it sound like for sure,
Right, that was
City.
just an attachment that I printed off for him, but
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, city and Banner will be
Right.
involved. I think it's a 3-hour meeting on that day from like 9 to noon, where the first half of the meeting will be here. I'm sure we'll go through all the documentation and then we'll go out to the field. Now, if Prunty's not in town, which
They claim they're not gonna.
yeah, then I don't know what we'd really have to look at other than maybe some castings, so, but that'll be something coming up as well. What did I miss?
Okay, so the land and water
Oh,
conservation
yes.
grant he had brought up because we're doing the slide thing. PCW is helping with the slide and so I went through and so the park as a whole, so like pool, park, baseball field. So like right now we have about 30 grand between pool cement, the slide, fencing at the baseball field, and then agri-lime at the baseball field. So like it's a 50-50 grant.
Correct.
So if we get it in before April 31st, I mean, then we'd have another 30 grand to spend. Like
Right.
we could do a little bit extra cement, maybe help with the slide a little bit more because they're extremely expensive.
Could we resurface the pickleball court?
I suppose that could be in there, but
I'm
Yeah.
just asking, cause I'm involved in
I've
pickleball.
actually playground equipment.
Yeah.
Cause there's nothing, as a parent, my 6-year-old has everything to play on possible, but my 2-year-old has nothing.
Mm,
And whenever I go places, I always see what they got, and I'm always googling, sending
sure,
pictures.
sure.
But they have stuff for little.
Well, you gotta have something for the little ones.
But when we have nothing, so in my opinion, it'd be kinda neat to have something that we can excavate that dirt out of there and have all that all in one area connected, and our parents don't have to go over here to watch that over there. That's one of those things that even just the merry-go-round, I told Doug this summer, I'd like to get that merry-go-round out of there and put it over where all the playground stuff is, because that's the only thing on the west side of the building.
Well, that's
yeah.
kinda silly.
So it'd be nice to.
Yeah, it'd be easier for the parents to
Right.
watch all
And that's why we
3 or
moved
4
the swing
kids in
set.
one area instead of.
We moved the swing set just so it's the little kids swinging. See, most parents go there swinging those little kids, while the big kids are over here, who knows what. Well, now you can watch everything.
But no, that sounds great if we could apply for that and get that, cause that gives us a lot more options.
And then obviously with help, I don't know if there'll be how big of a charge.
For writing that grant stuff. Figure it out.
Okay. But because then also, did you get my email about how we have to do a resolution and?
So I talked to Rich and again, Rich, you were in our office, cause he's been part of this before. And I read through their requirements, like their manual. Did it have anything in there?
A resolution of governing body.
Basically just saying that you're applying, is that right?
Right. So like we'd have to have that at next Monday's meeting.
Right?
Like if we can get all of these quotes put together.
The one thing, cause I talked to him a little bit this morning about it, the one thing he thought maybe the city should do is reach out to, I believe is it Carrie? Carrie Richards, I believe, is the point of contact on the GFP's website.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna pull it over quick. And just. Let's see. Trying to find it on the GFP's website. But just verify with her that, since all these items take place in, I guess I would call it an entire city park. Now they're separate entities or whatever you wanna label it, right? There's a little bit at the pool, there's a little bit at the baseball field, maybe there's a little bit of playground equipment. Just to make sure with her that all of that can be under one application.
Right.
And that they don't all have to be separate individual applications. Cause all of this falls under what the application can be used for, the fund can be used for, whether it's parks, pools, ball fields, playground equipment, it all falls underneath that fund. But really what Lake Preston is wanting to do is lump all of these smaller things into one entire project. He thought it would be good just to reach out to it and see if that's feasible for the
Okay.
GFMP before we take the time and go through the effort of putting together all the cost estimates, all the maps,
Right.
all of that work. He thought it would be good to make sure that all of it could be considered one project or through one, one funding
Right.
application.
And I mean, I can do that tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just make a phone call.
And I think if you go, I don't know, I can't,
Her first name was Carrie.
I think so.
I thought maybe it would, be in here, but
I know it says it on. Yes, Carrie Richards. I can give you her phone number.
okay.
605-773-5490. And this application is actually filled out online. So which makes it a little difficult because so it's through Survey 123, so if you start it on your computer, it'll save your progress. But if I try to get into it to help with anything, I won't be in the same spot as you.
Right.
So,
You might have to do separate parts and then go together with all of them.
Yeah, either that or if you get to a point, because you can go forward and backwards from what I understand.
Okay.
So if you are working through it and you get to a point where you need us to help you, maybe we just need to set up a quick Teams meeting so we can screen share.
Okay.
Or if Landon's over here, Landon can run up here and we can jump on Teams or something, and do it that way.
Okay.
So, but I think the first step would be making sure that all of these smaller projects can go into one funding application and be covered under that one funding application.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
But I think it's a good program. We have another one of our clients, Kimball. They're looking at getting a pool, and I think they're applying for an entire pool. So, from my understanding, reading through this, it's a 50-50 split, and it's include but not limited to playgrounds, ball fields, sport and play fields, picnic facilities, pools, ice rinks, golf courses, winter sports facilities, visitor information facilities, and land acquisitions.
Nice.
So,
Kind of wide open.
it is, and I think it all being set in the park, like the park's never gonna change, right? And I think that's one of the big things with this land and water conservation fund is once you use the funds for those, it has to be, I think it states in there, it's gotta be a public entity and a recreation facility. It can't be something that's private. So it has to be open to anybody and everybody. Which
Not a private pool, of course.
right, exactly. The pool, the ball field, the park, I mean, those are all public entities owned by the city, so,
Okay. I'll call her in the morning.
yes, yep. I think that would be good, and if she okays it, then I think, yeah, we're gonna have to kind of hustle to get it in, but at least we would have an answer. I don't think it'd take very long. I mean, the city's done most of the legwork, cause all of this stuff that you're applying for, outside of maybe some additional playground equipment or whatever, has all been budgeted to where the city's gotten prices
Right.
to do that work, so to put the cost estimate together would be fairly easy, so.
You can try it again, Joe.
Okay, then, the minutes for March 9th. Anybody see any changes or anything?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Joel, second by Jeremy to approve the March 9th regular meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Now the minutes for the March 19th regular meeting.
That was the Board of Adjustment, right?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Austin, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
That's that one across from Clovis, isn't it? Yeah, this to the north. Ours. We sold it. Now I gotta clean the garage out.
Oh,
Oh, that's on there, okay.
who'd you sell it?
Huh?
Who'd you sell it to?
Tailored Starkey.
Oh, okay.
Hope you sold it for what the tax rate thinks it's worth.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
So, any committees meet? I don't know where they go. So, Brian and Doug.
I'm good.
Okay, now, Doug take care of.
The only thing I got is that we have a, valve issue between our lagoons that we're gonna have dug up here, hopefully next week. So we can transfer water, just an extension. Cause they put us it out. Yeah. That's really all I got. I know we gotta take the pickleball things down to get them cut down to regulation height.
Hey, okay.
So,
Well, there's a lot of people from Lake Preston that go to DeSmith to play.
yeah, I mean, we got it, I just, last year we was brought to our attention that it was out of the,
Well, you should also go north and south instead of east and west.
that's what no man ever. And the one's looking into the sun and the other one's not,
Yeah.
that'll be the thing, yeah. But yeah, no,
I think we'd just be happy it's a nice place to play.
yeah. But that's, I mean, we're gonna do a little work on that, we get that up hopefully, as long as it's done snowing, that's our biggest thing, but I don't wanna put it up and then all of a sudden it starts winter
No.
again. But that's all I have.
Anybody got any questions for the guys or anything? Not Brenda.
Okay, so I tried starting this whole cleanup thing, spring cleanup, and like one of the nuisance properties was interested in us helping them. And so Megan Eichler had called and she said that her 4-H kids would be interested. And so she was thinking like a Sunday evening, probably 20 people, like 2 hours, and then, you know, like say we have one trailer designated for junk that's gonna go out to the pit, and one trailer designated for iron that someone's gonna bring the next day somewhere. So I kind of need some help figuring out, and if that person's still interested in help. Joe.
Perhaps.
I just keep, yeah, we work now.
And then spreading the word to other nuisance property peoples
Sold
to also help.
Should we put something in the paper, or are we just not getting the word out well enough just through the meeting?
No, I think people like to bitch and not help.
Talk lots easier.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I could try it, putting an ad in the paper.
I don't know
I think it
No.
might work
if nobody's
You put on
really
Facebook and,
Well, you gotta
wish
look
to-
at it, you know, I guess, I don't know.
made an attempt, so.
when's it gonna be?
I don't know yet. I still
Okay.
need to figure out because I need to like line things up, you know, like when
Get
it
things
works for
organized,
these
yeah.
nuisance owners
Yeah.
and when trailers can be there and skid steer people.
You know, I just like to give people a good way out so they don't end up in court.
Right, like
Some
this
of these
is us
nuisance
trying to help
Yeah,
these people.
yes.
Like we're not being malicious. It literally is just.
We're trying to work together.
Be like, what's it? I was trying to remember what town it was. They literally were knocking the building down around the guy when he's trying to haul his stuff out.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah,
I think it was Garrettson.
I might have been. I can't remember just what town it was, but
I,
sounded like there was maybe some progress, but it wasn't fast enough for. I don't know, and they're knocking it down, and who knows?
Okay, so the next thing, I guess I'll work with. I've kind of been talking to Joel some,
Yeah.
and then
Seems
Yeah.
like it's falling on deaf ears anyway.
yeah. Okay, so the next thing, I got a letter from the like Kingsbury Transit thing. Now, if I remember correctly, we were gonna give 500 a year, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Something like that.
So, this first line, transit respectfully requests the disbursement of $1,000 in city matching funds allocated for 2026 budget year. Like, we just give 500, right?
Yeah.
You can look at the letter.
Well, I know they're gonna need a vehicle.
This is in addition to the 500 we just gave,
Well, no, I don't know. I was trying to figure out
or they just think we're gonna give them,
1,000.
I don't know. I'm
Cause
asking.
the other day, taking care into for checkup on her shoulder. On the way, it's like, okay, Arlington ambulance respond to, I'm going, holy crap, that's gotta be on the other side of Volga, cause we kept going, couldn't understand the address very good. Kept going and going, then eventually, just as we got to the spot where we had to turn off to jump up around a mile, then the ambulance went by, and then next thing they're going, no, Brookings ambulance has them all, so we're going back. But one of the vans stopped at,
Railroad crossing.
yep, and somebody drove into the back of it.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
So, oh, that's right, it was a beta bus, wasn't
That
it?
just drove.
Not a rug.
Ran in speed.
I'm guessing the car was going 65 and the bus was stopped at the.
Railroad crossing.
Well, they're probably busy
Holy
writing their,
crap.
I think it
a
was
letter on their phone.
4 young girls.
Three kids.
Kids.
3 girls in the car?
Yeah, there was a boy,
There was a young.
10-year-old boy,
Yeah.
They airlifted the
airlift him to Sioux Falls.
their passenger in their rear seat to Sioux Falls. That one wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Ray Jensen was the third one there.
Reed Jensen?
Okay, so back on track. 500? We're just doing 500, right?
Did they ask us last year? They must have.
Yeah, I remember a letter. We just decided, like, hey, this
Yeah.
is what we're giving.
Yep.
Okay. So June 9th through the 12th is my finance officer school. It's in Chamberlain, Oklahoma. Swimming lessons. Brookings Swim Club just opened lessons tonight. So all of the parents get in there and sign their kids up. And I think that's it for right now.
Oh, I guess kinda, wasn't truly a committee, but Joel and I and
And Brenda went over to the
Oh,
municipal
yeah.
meeting,
Yep.
which was pretty. We were there. Yeah. Was no earth shattering anything. Everything.
Joel and I did go on like the tour,
Mhm.
and they showed us several areas in Brookings that like are TIFs, and the one area is like HOA, like
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna keep your grass 3 inches high, and your sidewalk will be shoveled, but.
yeah.
And I guess that's all fine and good if you go into that knowing you've that's the thing.
Right.
And it's a very nice neighborhood and everything's nice and uniform and that's well and good, but that takes away from the individuality from. Yeah. And I'm guessing, not to be nasty, but that so-called class of people want everybody to be kind of cookie cutter. Not have a bunch of noisy kids running around or, toys thrown in the yard and stuff like that too, so. Which everybody's got their thing. Yep. So, claims. Any motion to approve the claims? See anything? Guess I didn't see anything that was.
I'll make motion.
And.
I'll say that.
Okay, motion by Jeremy, second by Austin to approve claims, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Financial report. Okay.
You don't understand like that.
I don't know, I don't have a stamper.
That's why I was thinking, have you opened that folder yet?
Well, I read.
He's got all night.
I read the instructions that
You're gonna mail it till tomorrow.
check needs signed after approval of claims.
Right,
So
yeah.
That's why I didn't open it.
Yeah.
Anything in financial report that stood out, Brenda, or?
No,
everything's
except for
kind
I freaking forgot 2 things in my money bag. So I was balancing and I'm like, where is this at? You know, because I had it in my computer. So that was the only thing.
User error.
everything is kind of
Check
following
there.
along on problems just between people and the computer. Okay, motion to approve financial report.
I'll make the motion.
I'll say.
Motion by Austin, second by Jeremy to approve the financial report. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Building permits. We've got some new ones.
3 of them there.
There was 3. Hopefully you guys kept them all together.
Yeah. Oh,
We
no,
just shuffled a few pages around.
Cause David still needs to come in and sign.
David, oh, Wilson.
Yeah.
I'll come and sign on it.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing out of,
Oh, and then we got a complaint.
David Labs putting the deck up.
yeah, a deck, a new house and a,
Mini house?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, and
business home?
like
A tiny
Shed
house
house.
that's
Yeah.
being
Manufactured.
brought in, yeah.
I don't think that's
Oh.
fence.
more of a shed that they're gonna stay when they're here.
I thought that was a
oh,
building permit.
I don't see it.
And
saw it
then,
sitting
like
there.
an hour afterwards, he called and questioned if he had a dead animal under his
I
deck.
think it's gonna be like one of the new sheds we did.
Oh.
We're just gonna stay in
Did
it.
he
So-
look
When
under
we're
it?
here, I don't think it'll be a winter time.
14 by 20.
That's just their
Yeah.
summer home when they come up
So.
to fish and
They got a building there and do their thing. I think they're eventually want to move here,
They do.
but
They're sick of Brandon.
yeah, they're down there.
Does he have like cars or something?
Yeah,
He wants to work on vehicles or something.
He does the swap meets with Greg and.
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah, cause I see there's. Oh, where's that new house going then?
I said, do you know where Marlene Klinkle?
Oh,
Lives?
yeah.
Yeah, just to the south.
Never knows lots.
Oh, okay. That's where you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Her world is pretty shook up right now.
Why?
Cause there's a new house being built to the south of her.
Oh,
The computer confusing for her?
She's called a couple times.
She's worried about the clothesline.
Oh, that she
So we're
mentioned
gonna-
their clothesline?
There's a clothesline on Clifford, so we're just gonna move it over on hers.
Oh, that's the property you sold, alright. I was gonna say, God, I thought you guys were living in the house. I mean,
Right.
so, yeah, there was one signed complaint there about somebody having some dog feces in his yard. and- So is this a dog that's running at large normally, or?
No, he literally could just smell it from his deck.
Oh, he
It's
did.
like a house kitty corner from him. But then, like an hour later, he called and questioned if he had a dead animal under his deck.
Oh.
So,
213 Park Avenue South.
it's the neon lights,
Oh, alright.
Park Avenue South.
Is that great for every holiday?
And some that aren't holidays.
Is there a neighbor dog?
Your old cousin?
Yeah, like your Andy's old house.
Oh, the California people.
Mhm.
The dogs are running.
Well, no, they're in the yard.
When they walk over.
Oh,
Or
so,
they're just smelling that bad from there.
Right. That's
Oh.
that's what he was thinking. That
Well, they got birds in there too, don't
they
they?
do, yes.
I haven't heard the guineas for a while. They're starting.
John probably hears them. Yeah, I heard they had guineas in there, but
I haven't seen them.
well, they used to walk
Yeah.
around,
well,
or there was some that roamed around down there.
That was Brandon,
Okay,
the peacock, it was awesome, I liked it.
other than noisy.
Yeah,
they are.
Right.
I feel like you're on vacation then.
when I talked to her about the guineas, she said that when they got the chicks or whatever, they had no idea that those were going to be what they are.
Oh, that's all the bigger they're gonna get.
So,
Must watch too much YouTube, huh? So what do you do with this complaint? Just, what do we got, is there anything we gotta do, or?
no, I just laid it up there.
Okay.
He seemed fine with realizing he had something dead under his
Oh.
deck.
Oh,
Yeah,
then maybe it was his own problem,
right.
not the neighbor's problem. Okay. Use of properties. we talked
So I
about that a little
talked
bit.
to Tim just in an email. He said he was gonna come this week to do a drive around. So
Okay.
Tell them that one was sold, so.
Check that off the list, make it somebody else's problem. You don't have to finish painting then, is that what you're saying?
When anybody wants to buy some paint?
Probably get some at the restore store pretty cheap.
Well, then I guess the next thing, we're in new business and street sweeper bid opening.
Actually, I had two other companies reach out. One from Sioux Falls and one from Pennsylvania.
But they didn't have it.
Pennsylvania was this morning.
It was a lot.
The Pennsylvania one was this morning.
Oh.
Did they get a bid in?
They're not within 200 miles either.
they emailed our website.